It's Kathy, and it's been a really long time since I've done one of my video diaries, and I had a really rough interview yesterday from start to finish, which, to give you an idea of how bad it was, it ended early. I compare it to those contest shows like RuPaul's Drag Race or Chopped, where a lot of people are obviously going in for the number one spot, but really just no one wants to be the first one sent home. I was like the first one sent home. I'm still processing it all, and I'm sure that there is a lesson that I will take from this experience, but it's a little too soon to be able to look back with the perspective necessary to be able to really understand what those lessons are. Right now, my brain is just going back through every single thing that I did wrong. Why did I do this? Why didn't I do that? I know I can't go back and change it. I'm hoping that this is a blessing in disguise. And I'm sure a big piece of this is just ego, being blown. But I think it's more than that. I really did want this job. The benefits were a big part of what I felt like would be a key piece of making my dreams come true. I feel like I was dressed for the part. I feel like I was very prepared in certain aspects. I studied and I did a lot of research. I watched YouTube videos, I read articles, I practiced. And now I'm just going back to all these scenarios that I know I messed up along the way. There's not one particular thing that I messed up on. If there's so many. And it sucks. Like it really sucks to just sit here and be like, yeah, I bombed it. But I also don't think it's helpful when people are like, no, you did really good, or like, no, it wasn't as bad as you think, when you know that it was. Granted, it was my first face-to-face interview in almost 4 years. So I have to give myself some credit. I made it far enough to the face-to-face interview, which was essentially like the third round. But I just know that I would have been a really good candidate had I put my best foot forward. And from the get-go, things were not working out for me. And then from there, I just got in my own head and I just made things worse. And I'll talk more about some of the details of that. It's just a little bit too painful to rehash all of that right now because it's too soon. It's too raw. But there is something to be said about acknowledging when you've really messed up and knowing that you're gonna be okay, but knowing it doesn't change the emotions in the moment of feeling regret, sadness, shock, shame. So much shame right now. I'm trying not to wallow in it. I am back home now. They flew me back early, and I haven't even gotten the official notice. We'll get the official notice in like 5 to 7 business days, but they can just not even bother. I know what it is. But I want to put this somewhere now, and somewhere that I can look back at it in a time that I am at a place that I want to be career-wise, financially. But I'm putting this here. Use this as, something to write about and something to learn from, and just get back up. Despite how badly I did still try my best. I really did. I just dropped the ball in multiple ways. I can't change that. I can't go back and change what I said or didn't say. I just need to think about how I want to shift focus and shift gears. This is a very lonely feeling. I feel very alone right now, but I know statistically that I'm not the only one in this situation, or at least I'm definitely not the only person who's been in this situation. So if you have an experience that you've had that you want to share, either you're experiencing right now and also need to get off your chest like I'm doing here, or something that you really messed up a while ago, but you were able to find a way to see the lesson in it, or why it ended up being a blessing in disguise that one situation did not work out the way that you wanted it to. I would love to hear it. I'm really open to a discussion on that right now. And like I said, I'll give more details about what I'm going through at a later time. So I hope you guys are all doing well out there. It's tough. So I will say to myself that there's nothing I can say that I don't already know. And each time these emotions start ebbing and flowing back into my mind, I have to give myself permission to feel them and acknowledge them, and then also give them permission to let go. And rinse and repeat. I'll write about this later, but for now, I think I have a lot of stuff around the house that I can do with my hands and clean up and just clear my space up so that I can also in turn hopefully clear my mind up as well. Again, hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe out there, and thank you for listening. Bye.